And I have the evidence by that. Just, I have an announcement. The administrator told me right now to name yourself.
Yes.
Okay, to put your name so that we can know, and even the wilaya, because we want to give the opportunity to all our friends from all the wilaya to ask questions. Thank you very much. I see here I have some names, but not all the names. Okay, welcome. Thank you, Saliha.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tamrabet. Please, participants, I beg you to rename your account by your full name because we need them for your certificate. Please try to rename your account by your full name. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. I just remind you that by the end of the webinar, you will receive Oxford certificate, provided that you finish the webinar with us. If you have left, we cannot send you because these are the requirement of our partner. Right, thank you very much. The floor is yours now.
Hello.
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 Hello, can I ask a question, please?
Yes, please. Who is with me, please?
This is Mohan. This is Mohan Reski from TOUS.
Yes. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I would like to thank you first for this great session. I really appreciate it a lot. My first comment is about the fact that we should focus on the curriculum rather than on the textbook. I totally agree, because I actually work with the French national curriculum here in TOUS in the private school, in a high private school. And I find that the curriculum, whether the French national curriculum or the Algerian national curriculum, they have both the same purpose and the same goal and objectives, which is to enhance the capacities of the students to plan their career or any purpose that they want to target at the end of the year or any level. My question is, as you've mentioned with the evaluation through the three evaluation, with the diagnostic evaluation, the formative evaluation, and later on with the summative evaluation. My first question is about diagnostic. What is the steps or the procedures that we should take after doing diagnostic and figuring out that some students in the classroom may need some catching up of some rules or some lessons. So what is what do we have to do for that? And also, since we base on the curriculum, what are the activities that we can incorporate in a classroom to make a classroom active? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. Very good question.
Mohammed Reski, that's my name.
Okay, Mohammed Reski.
Yes.
Thank you very much. It's a very good question again. If you remember right at the beginning, when I started talking about assessment, I focused on formative assessment and diagnostic assessment. First of all, there is a big mismatch. Are our diagnostic tests really valid? If they are a copy of the classical test, that is not something good. Because right at the beginning of the year, you receive students that you give them a test that's the same that you used before, the face value. We have suggested that, and this is all over the world, that the diagnostic test should take the form of a questionnaire to get rid of the pressure of the beginning of the year on the students. Now, the question, how to exploit the outcomes of the test. First, and your question is good, there is a question, there is a preliminary question that I have to ask myself. Has my test, whatever the level, or the items that I have included in my test, have they covered the exit profile? This is very important. And then you have the linguistic content, which is a part. It means if you have 20 questions in the formal questionnaire, when I will evaluate your test, I say, this is a very good teacher. He intends to focus on description, narration, prescription, because this is what the students have learned in the previous year. Then your test is very valid. Now, the findings of the test. You may find that in the student production, they dealt with some kind of description, prescription, or narration, whatever, but with some difficulties in grammar. Okay, so you will prepare tasks if you find lexical problems, but the tasks that you will prepare should be contextualized, not isolated sentences, and they should come within, or they should be in conformity with the exit profile. Okay, the task you give, okay, you have, your priority is your student have a problem between the simple past and the present perfect. Good. But once the task is contextualized, it means they will report or narrate or describe using the present perfect or the simple past or whatever. Then no child, inshallah, will be left behind. This is really a very good question, and this is a point to debate. I urge teachers to do it right at the beginning of the year when they discuss. Always remember the criteria. Whatever you may produce, give it to someone else to read it, to evaluate it. Sometimes I love the honesty of the teachers. In a very shy way, they say, "Sir, we have not read the curriculum." I understand them, it's not easy. In the training first at the university, the 4th year or the 5th year, whether you are a student or whatever, you work on different aspects, how to read the curriculum, how to transfer it. And then with your trainers, you work on the way to use the curriculum. So your role and our role is to fill in the gap between the mismatch and the disconnect between the curriculum and the course book. Thank you very much. And I appreciate something. Our curriculum obeys international standard, but taking into account our own national values. It means we have many commonalities with other curriculums, but we have our own specificity. That's why if you read the introduction of our curriculum, we have written how Algerians face the world of globalization without falling in acculturation. It means don't forget that you are Muslim, that you are Arab, that you are Amazigh. And this should be replicated in the classroom. One day, a teacher asked me, "But sir, how can I teach that in the classroom in the 1st year?" All right. Come on. You taught simple present in the 1st year. You taught colors. You taught numbers. will they produce something orally or in written? Ask students to describe themselves. They may say, my name is Kamal. I am 12 years old. I am Algerian. I have dark brown complexion. In my flag, there are 3 colors: green, red, and white. I speak Arabic, or I speak Amazigh, and I am Muslim. You see in this production, it is covering the exit profile. The child is describing himself. The aim, you say, I will teach colors. They know the colors in their native language, but you use the colors to demonstrate a value, the love of your country. You spoke about your identity, whether you are Amazigh, you are Arab. You spoke about your religion. So if you see a teacher doing this, this is a great teacher, and many teachers are doing that. So that's it. Thank you very much, Mohammed Rizqi, for the good questions.
Mr. Tamrabet.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salaam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
This is Mr. Hamoud Aziz Lajjaj from Jalfa.
Welcome, Hamoud, and welcome, Jalfa.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tamrabet. Okay, I think in my own opinion, I think that before talking about summative assessment, we should deal with formative assessment, because some teachers are spoon feeders. What do you think?
I fully agree with you. I fully agree with you.
Thank you.
Because a diagnostic assessment or summative assessment, it's a paper test. You give a paper. Formative assessment will help you find out within your classroom every day the strengths. Please, Mr. Lajaj, always value your student. Try to find something good. And then the weaknesses, you can deal with them on the spot if it is a problem of pronunciation or an other. You keep your record. I said that at the end of the day, in all the countries of the world, teachers have reflective journals. It's not the daily copybook they are using, which is a copy of the logbook, the text. They should reflect on the work. What did I do today? What did I like in my performance? How can I change? Of course, and I encourage you, Mr. Ajaj, to work on formative assessment, provided that the teachers you train should be made aware of the principles and the objectives of formative assessment. I've discussed with students at the ENS. They can tell you everything about what is formative assessment, what is summative. The title of my talk today is what every teacher should know. All of us know. You can ask a mechanic, they can go to the internet to Google and say, what is formative assessment? And next part of, I said, what every teacher should know and do, be able to do. So the shift, this is what the teacher should understand. There is a shift from I know to I can. So that's why in the metrics of the curriculum, we have introduced can-do statements in the last column that will help you devise or elaborate all the types of tests. Thank you very much, Mr. Lajaj. Keep doing good work.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome.
Hello, Mr. Nistamarash, your ex-friend from Ain Nazal City. I think you know me.
Yes, what's your name, please?
Abdelghani Latrash from Ain Nazal City.
Captain or my captain. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I liked very much one of your expressions, which say that we are not we are not adopting and following grammar-driven approach in our country, Algeria. Yeah.
And the planning.
I said that you said that we are not adopting grammar-driven approach in our country. Yeah.
Yes, but the grammar is not.
Okay.
Yes, come on.
Yes, very good. I like so much this one. Unfortunately, some teachers are their love story is grammar, teaching grammar a lot. We spoke about them that grammar is not a priority at this level.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. I think that the focus should be on the receptive skills like listening and speaking. Yeah. Okay.
On all the we are in competency-based approach.
Okay.
Yes,
now,
Mr.
What should we do? Yes, what should we do to minimize teaching grammar at the expense of speaking and listening, for instance?
Very good question. Just I want to put the train on the rail. I spoke first that there was a shift of focus from the grammar lexical-driven planning that unfortunately we find in all the schools to competency-based learning. This is fair. Then I agree with you that our lesson should be grammar-driven. And I like your expression, love story. A love story also has a nice end or a bad end. All right. The best way, and I will deal with all the skills, not only listening and speaking, the best way is to use situation and context. For example, we are in Ramadan. I went to the market this morning and I found out that the prices have increased. They are not as they were 3 or 4 years ago. And I use a situation. Shopping in Ramadan. Shopping in Ramadan could go with component of the curriculum. Arguing about prices or describing.
Mama.
Now you have a situation dealing with describing prices in Ramadan. You have a context. And in life, let's suppose this kid is interacting with an Egyptian or the Lebanese or a British or a Muslim during Ramadan, and they're speaking about prices. And he was taught comparatives, not in isolation, as you said, but in a context and within a situation. Be sure that our kids will contextualize this. There is too much work to do. The first thing, never blame teachers, but secure them. They are the element of change. Now, there is, students are eager to speak in English in the streets when they chat. But this is thanks to you all, teachers. So, if you work with situations, right? And I think you asked me a question, which was a very good question. And at the same time, you gave me an orientation, deal with the minimum of risks and the maximum of gain. My generation, I'm getting old with gray hair. 30 years ago in the teacher's room when I speak, hello, Mohammed, hello. What's up this afternoon? What are you going to do this afternoon? Oh, I'm going to teach the reported speech. But what for the reported speech? in life, our students should be able to report. Because in life, you will not find a native speaker who will tell you, please change it from the direct speech to the reported speech. Okay, thank you very much. Next, please. I think we will have 15 more minutes because I have to go home from the school to my house before
Hi,
being...
sir.
Yes.
Hi, sir. My name is Yahya.
Yes, Yahya, where from?
Yeah, I'm from Gardaya, Mr.
Oh,
Louis.
I'm happy to hear from the south.
Thank you very much. I thank you very much for your it's perfect lesson, and I hope you are fine. I hope the teachers here in Zoom are great. Please, I have a question, sir. Do you think that our students next year will face some difficulties in the program? You know that in this period, we are in this problem of coronavirus. Our students haven't studied, I think, for 3 months, like 2 months. Do you think, sir, they will find some difficulties next year? Thank you.
That's a very good question. I'm a victim too, because I have children, and my daughter is preparing for her baccalaureate, and she's getting crazy. But I'm trying to secure her. Now, your question, which is a very good question, requires the gathering of a committee of experts, perhaps from the medical side, doctors, psychologists, educators. It means, how shall we prepare the new school year? In each school, you have what we call a counselor, un conseiller d'orientation. They have a very big, because all the profile, they are graduated in psychology. They should prepare perhaps questionnaire, right? This is not, my piece of advice is, as in all the countries of the world, work together. You know, I have always said it, the Berlin Wall has fallen in Germany, but let's work together, because the Berlin Wall has not fallen from our minds. Let's get in touch with each other. Let's accept each other. If you say, oh, this is a very good idea, I got it from Gardaya. Oh, you say, oh, no. Oh, this is from Gigolo, no. Oh, this is right. Value your capacities. So, my friend from Gardaya, this is a very good question. It is a common, the answer should be taken by all of us, and I'm suffering too from that. And
Thank
each
you,
one can give his contribution when, as I said, curriculum said it, we are able to listen to each other without blaming each other. Thank you. Sahaf Turk.
Thank you. I appreciate your answer. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hello, this
Hello.
is Indorara from Sugahras.
Oh.
I want to thank you for your impressive presentation, and I have a question too.
Yes, welcome.
How
I can't hear you. You said
how can we implement the
really, Mrs. Bograra, could you just be a little bit far from the microphone and repeat your question?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. How can we implement the 4 C's? I mean, creativity, collaboration, communication within the curriculum instruction and assessment. Thank you.
Very good question. I'm sure you have the answer. Right. it depends sometimes if you are dealing with with beginners, right? You know that the world of beginners is the world of games. So you will enhance their creativity through information gap activity, right? You can deal with mind link activities. This is, you know, you have a list of tasks to enhance your learning and teaching process, provided that all what you intend to do is very obeys to the principles of the curriculum. And now assessment. Assessment is our weak point in Algeria. We need training on that. Your friend from Jelfa has mentioned that we should deal with assessment, and mainly formative assessment that is arbitrarily neglected. I have the chance to talk to you, and I've come up with, I've seen your creativity, because it's me who will learn from you. But I will say something, because I liked what you say, how in the tasks that I will include in my planning, between brackets, I will say, I choose creative task, cognitive task, psychomotor tasks, because I can answer, but you know better your student than me. So I will encourage you to include tasks. The problem of assessment, and hope that the new ministry will work on it, there was a big disconnect. There was a reform, but there was no reform of assessment. So sometimes teachers, and I appreciate, they do very, very good work, but they have a deep feeling of frustration, and they want to release when they see their BM or back papers. But I remain positive. Together we can make positive change. Together we can make a change. What I saw in Tamrabet helped me a lot. What I saw in very remote areas, in the mountains of Skikda or Khanshla, this is where I went. I went to nearly this year to 12 wilaya, as they invited me. And I can say it because I can express it better when I say it in Arabic. Wallahi al-Jazair bi khair. Thanks to you. Thank you, Mrs. Bogra. And we will have a program throughout the year where the MBI school will organize webinars or workshops, whether in Setif, where I live, or in your wilaya. If you feel the need for that, we will come and discuss, because today we cannot discuss about all the issues. Thank you very much. Okay, 5 more minutes, please. Next question.
Hello, sir. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes, it's Khadija Musawi from Jijel. First of all, thank you so much, sir. That was amazing. I have like a short question. It's like, how can I deal with slow students when it comes to reading and writing? Because sometimes when they read, when I give them to read the text during the classroom, they take that much time, and the other students keep arguing that they are wasting our time. So I want to try to enhance their writing and reading skills. So how can I do that so that I don't waste that much time in classroom? And thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, please, on my behalf, send my greetings to all the teachers of Jijel, because I started working there in 1991. I started in 91. This is the place where I started training teachers. It was the beginning of my career as a trainer.
Sure.
Right. Now, I was expecting a question about planning, but it's a good question. about reading, a lack of motivation. In my planning, I will select types of tasks for reading, types of tasks for listening, and types of tasks for writing. Now, let's say I was in Bel Abbas and Skikda, and I dealt with sequence 2 of book 4, middle school. Okay, it was about childhood memories. I played 2 short videos. One video of the Battle of Algiers to show Petit Omar, what he did. Do you remember him? Petit Omar, what he did for the revolution. And I played the song in English, you have it in your book, of نحن طلاب الجزائر. They were very motivated, right? And then, if you have a text about childhood memories, you can organize it. You can organize it, you can cut it, but if there is a success, if you succeed in your pre-reading everything, if you come to your class with a fishy eyes, good morning, students, open your book, page 26, do activity 2. Do you think that you will love coming to your class? Of course not. So I spoke about the resources. Vary your resources. Sometimes a song, sometimes a video, right? And when you ask them, oh, what do you have today? Oh, we're happy, we have English. And it's up to you to motivate them. As Mrs. Bougarara from Sugahara said, try to include motivation. Sometimes teachers, we are sometimes not motivated. So how can we? Whatever the problems, go to your classroom with smile, motivate them. Within your school, there's plenty of work to do, but believe me, in class, you will be just an animator, okay? And perhaps if we deal with reading in our next training, we will show you how to motivate them. But for your planning, because I'm sure you stick to our course book, include, I said links. Oh, this is a very good video. The other day I saw a class where a teacher used a very nice video, cartoons, teaching the diphthongs. And the student liked it. I hope that I answered your question. And Sahaftor. But
yeah,
we will...
Thank you so much, sir. And welcome anytime in Jijel.
Don't forget to send my regards to all the teachers there. Thank you.
Inshallah. Thank you, sir.
Last question now.
Yeah, it's not a question, but
yes.
it's not a question, but it's a request. Mohandraski again from Tiziuzu.
Yes.
I was wondering if you would mind organizing a session here in Tiziuzu, of course, after the coronavirus.
My pleasure. My great pleasure.
And you will be welcome, and I'm here to host you.
Okay, my last workshop I did in Tiziuzu was in 2008. I trained headmasters, inspectors of other subjects, counselors, and primary school headmaster, middle school. And I remember, please send my regards to him. I remember I learned a lot from a great headmaster of the Lycée of Tizi Renif. Send my regards to him. Right, I miss Tiziuzu because I have plenty of friends, mainly two great trainers at maths, Mr. Hamoudi Sliman and Mr. Jalwa Abdullah. Send my regards to them.
I will.
We will keep in touch, and I promise to come to Tiziuzu as soon as possible.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you all. Saha ftorkum. اللهم تقبل منا ومنكم صيامنا وقيامنا وأعمالنا الصالحات وعيدكم مبارك. We have to stop here because I have to go home before 5 o'clock. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Now, from everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks
So,
for
Mr. Tamrabet, on behalf of MBI School and all the participants from a lot of wilayas all over Algeria, thank you very much for this very practical and nice presentation. Welcome everyone, and see you soon. Goodbye.
MBI.
Bye. Take care.